Hello everyone, welcome to pyrevise. Now we're going to discuss about module and packages in Python. So what is a module? Module is a file containing Python definitions and statement. So it includes your classes, functions, your variables. So everything you write in a file, and that file is called as module in Python. It has py extension. Let's say this is our test.py is our module. So how you can execute a module, or how you execute a Python file where your program resides. Simply write Python module name and give this input or sys arguments. Input arguments to the file, and this is how you execute your model. This is your example: Python test.py -2. Those are input parameters. Entry point into the module. So how you know? So this syntax has been widely used in Python as an input into a base model or the first model. If name is equal to main, so if you access the name attribute of a file, it will be main for the first module, and then you call your main method by passing all the system arguments. Let's say this is our module has a sys imported for system arguments, name is main, and there's a main method. So what output it gives? First it prints all the system arguments. So in system arguments, the first name or it sys argument becomes to list. So first argument will be the file name. So that's why we pass, as you can see, from one position. We take it a slice from one position. So arguments become high 1 2 from main. Continuing about module. So let's say this is our module. So what it contains? First it has a shebang. Shebang tells an OS what interpreter to load. Once you have a shebang defined in file, you don't need to call Python module name. You can directly call the module name, because then OS knows it has to load. It is a Python module because first line is a shebang. It loads Python interpreter. Then import statements. Then your module model level variable declarations. Then there is methods and the name. So what is file attribute? File attributes tells us the location of the file. So if you access file attribute, it will give you the full directory structure and file name into it, and the directory function. Directory function gives us all the module level attributes. First is gives built-in attributes doc, the module default attributes. Then main sys and test method. Main sys is imported module. Main and test method are methods, and both the variables. This directory function will contain all the default attributes, your class level variables, or sorry, module level variables, and your methods. How module executes? As Python is an interpreted kind of language, so there is a top to bottom execution. So it starts executing from top. So it starts loading one by one. So there is no compilation phase. So it will directly start execution. Once it completely executes, it creates byte compiled code. So the same directory, once you execute test.py, there will be a test.pyc file which is byte compiled code. The only advantage of this byte compiled file is if you can directly use it, it only loads faster. Nothing is different. Then module import. So when before we going to module import, so how import statements are executed there, we have to find how Python finds a module. So let's say you are in a file, or you want a library module or normal or your own written module, how Python finds it. So what does it? Python try to find in sys.path environment variable. So if you access a sys.path variable, you can see directory structure listed in it. So Python try to find modules using sys.path environment variable. So this way you can import sys and access sys.path variable. So what is there in sys.path? First, current directory, the current working directory on which current module you are in. Then the Python path variable. Python path variable has all the libraries, Python libraries listed into it, and then installation defaulted. This is the controlled by the site module. So if you can see, there is a site package. If you access a syspath, there will be site package. So sys.path is composed of the current working directory. So how Python searches? First, if you import in the module, first it will try to search in current working directory. Then in sys.path, it will try to search the directories from the Python path, and then the installation in the or the side package module. So if you need, let's say you want to access some your own current directory, but it is not there in sys.path, you can add it to sys.path using sys.path.append and give a directory path. It will be appended to sys.path, and you can use that directory in your module. So importing module. This way you import a module, import module name. So I'm taking the sys module as an import example. So import sys, you can print sys.path. Okay. So now you don't want to do sys.path, dot attribute and all. So you do from package or module import star. So everything gets imported from sys.import. You can directly print path. You can directly access the variables here. Or there's other way you can use from package import function module. So you don't want to what import, direct import or from import star does. It loads up all the modules in a package or all the variables from. So you don't know. You want a specific something. Okay, so you can do from sys import only path. So other everything will not come load in memory. So only path will load up. Then you can do alias also. So you import some module, but you don't want to use that module name in your function. So you can give an alias to it like this, import sys as sysmod, and you can sysmod.path. Or there is an underscore import function. You can use that to import your module. This is a syntax for it. Inside import function, you have to pass the module name as a string to it and assign it to variable, and this way also you can import a module. So this is all the ways to import a module. You can use any one you like. Then package. So when you create all these models, where they reside inside a package. So package helps you organize all these modules with naming hierarchy. So let's consider a vehicle package. It is a top level package. So every package by Python, not compulsory, but as you can say, it is good to have an initialization module where you can, if you need in libraries or once this package loads, if you need libraries or other certain models to be loaded, you can include them in it by, or you can do some initialization declaration in this. So every package has an init.py, which loads up once you import that package. Then there is a sub package. So in vehicle, there is you have different tests. So for engine testing, you have engine sub package, the base engine test, fuel emission test, and all. So you have different modules for that. And there's interior, another sub package. Again, initialization module for that, and dashboard, airbag testing, seating testing, and all. So this way, the package is organized. So how you import this? So from vehicle, you can import engine, or you can directly import vehicle and then you have to access it by vehicle.engine, or you can do like this. So from vehicle, you don't need interior, only you need engine package, sub package. So you can use like this, from vehicle import engine, or you can use alias from vehicle.engine. You can only import fuel emission test as fuel test, and you can use that. So this way you can access package. This is all about modules and packages in Python. Thanks for watching.